All right, everybody, guess what? We're back. It's been forever, but we are back with the 546 project. We got Nathan and Kevin
We have
here.
the 546 itself.
This is the OG 546 here. I mean, we're going old school.
Jason was here. He left.
He had some other pressing engagements that we're very proud of, and he had some things to go take care of. Carrie will be with us later, possibly.
Yeah, because she's supposed to be involved in that group activity that we've got planned.
Yeah, basically the bottom line is there's no food box if she's out.
Yeah,
kind of messed up in the.
some people are just here for the food, man.
I tell you, it's shameful. I tell you. But anyway, so as we just said,
Since we haven't been together for a while, we should have a lot to talk about.
you'd think we would,
wait a while.
but we're going to see where it goes, and it may be where we just talk about a little bit, but we do it a lot. That's.
So since when we last talked, the Steelers have really turned their season around.
Yeah, they did. The 5-6 wins.
Yeah.
Without Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck him.
And they're going to be without him for the whole season.
I heard he was back in Pittsburgh.
Well, he
left,
did
left
come
Florida.
back.
He left Florida. He's back.
He came back, and he was spotted in some gym playing basketball. And the last report was he has to report by this Tuesday, and multiple sources are saying that he's not going to.
Well, I hope those multiple sources are correct.
Yeah, at this point, doesn't
I don't
matter.
want him there.
Yeah, this is all let's get to the basics. This is all over contract, right? This is all a contract dispute.
Yes, it partially that, and partially he's trying to think about his next contract because he doesn't want to be overworked, so his legs are fresh, and so that he can run the ball for the team that he's going to go to.
I can't think of a better way to keep from being overworked and not working at all. I mean, that's the best thing I can.
Well,
at this point, do they need him?
He's so injury
this
prone
is what actually happened on the Thursday night game against Carolina. James Conner got a concussion, so he's in the concussion protocol right now.
I did hear that.
So if they needed Bell, it probably would be this coming week, but I wouldn't even think he would be ready to even play.
Well, he even shows up Tuesday.
Well, no, I would rather the Steelers reach out to Chris Matumaafala than to put Le'Veon Bell back in the lineup. So
Amos Zaraway,
yeah, let's do it.
Willie Parker.
No, fuck Willie Parker. Cost them a Super Bowl.
That was Mendenhall.
No, it was Mendenhall, but sorry.
But
he's forgotten.
I think. Well, if Bell did come back, he'd probably at best split time with Connor. Because why would they? James Conner's been doing so well. Why would they take like him and put him down to the number 2 if
they might have to now with the concussion?
Well, but Bell's not supposedly not coming back. But why would he come to Pittsburgh not to come back? That makes no sense.
I just at this point it just doesn't
maybe
matter.
it's just,
but I mean, if he wants to make any money this year, he has to.
Well,
by
the thing
Tuesday,
is,
correct?
Yes,
he has no choice in the matter.
He would forego about $6.5 million worth of salary
remaining because he's already missed out
for like
that amount, right?
Like $8 plus million, I think. So
this is where us common folk just can't imagine wasting that money, and I would at least show up and sit in a corner and bench on a bench.
Yeah, see, I'm going to take a day off work and not get it paid with PTO, and I'm going to miss out like $100.
Yeah,
I mean, like, fuck you.
Just stay on the bench and drink hot chocolate.
Yeah, pretty much. Right? I mean, it's ridiculous, but Pittsburgh's doing well without him. The Dolphins tanked again today.
Well, go back to the Steelers once because we had Antonio Brown going 100 miles an hour.
Yes, I did see that. He's trying to get there as fast as he possibly could. So I'm sure he's got a nice big fine.
145, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, haven't we all done that? I mean, minus them. But
not
I think it would have been funnier if I did it. I think
it would have been a lot more dangerous as well.
Yeah. Antonio who? That's right. But yeah, I did read that the other day, and that That's just stupid. This goes back to the whole Roethlisberger thing years back with the whole motorcycle wreck and everything. It's just stupid. That's just stupid.
Yeah, I mean it is, but people speed all the time. And where did he get pulled over at? I'm assuming outside Pittsburgh somewhere.
Somewhere,
right?
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure where it was.
I mean, people fly through Pittsburgh all the time.
Steelers have some dumb players on offense, like
I think
dumb.
I think the NFL has some dumb players. Period. So I don't know if we need to single out Steelers.
Well, Bryant, we talk about Des Bryant.
That's just sad. I didn't realize he wasn't playing.
He signed with the Saints
earlier this week, or was it late last week?
I think it.
I heard about it. I heard about it.
It's been less. I think it's been less than a week since he's been on the team.
I heard about it at the beginning of the week, roughly Monday or Tuesday, something like that. I
so
can't remember.
Signs with them, practices. Last rep of practice on Friday. Tears his Achilles, he's done for
End of the season. That's it. He's done. So
it's like it is sad because just he's sat out all this time and he actually gets a deal to be on a decent team with Drew Brees and
I mean they got a chance to
and technically really the Saints needed him because they're down on receivers themselves. And now they're really down on receivers since Bryant's not playing. But
that's just
the rumor is the Saints are going to sign Brandon Marshall. So there's another receiver from the past.
Yes.
Pretty soon they'll just go down and maybe T.O. will get to suit.
What about Plexico Burris?
Plexico Burris, yeah.
Plexiglass.
Why not?
Well,
Get
sad for
Jerome
Des.
Bettis out of retirement.
Well,
he's not a receiver.
I know that. I understand, but still, why not?
I'd rather see him than Le'Veon Bell.
I was going to go elsewhere. I was going to say bring back Cordell Stewart. He did everything else there when he was playing.
Hey, I was always the Cordell fan.
You were. So. You were always for Cordell, especially when he was quarterback a few times.
Yeah.
Just bring in Yancey Thigpen and Ernie Mills while you're there.
Bring him Rod Woodson, put him on offense.
In fact, I remember the one playoff game we were watching when you kept begging him to put in Cordell Stewart and your dad yelled at you to shut the hell up.
Well, hey, last year's starting quarterback for the Steelers, he went to the Pro Bowl. And they pulled him fairly early the next season.
I guess the man could only hear the words Cordell Stewart so many times, and he finally snapped.
Yeah. Well, like I said, always been a Cordell fan, always will be.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just it always sticks out in my mind. But he was doing everything but friggin' selling hot dogs there at one point.
Yep.
But
Steelers have a Ring of Honor, correct?
Yeah.
So maybe Cordell can be in the Ring of Honor.
I doubt they'll put him there.
Probably not.
Because he never won. So...
But is like Lewis Lips and Bubby Brister in the Ring of Honor? I don't think they are.
No, I don't think so.
They didn't win either.
Yeah. So, no, I don't think that's anything you have to worry about.
Going through all the Steelers of old times, but did you want to really talk about the Dolphins?
No, I was just going to bring up. I mean, we're talking football. The Dolphins tanked today. The Patriots surprisingly lost today. Would you call it a surprise? I think I would.
Yes, in how bad
Are
they
we
did
surprised
lose.
anytime they lose? It's unfortunate.
Really sad as a lot of times we are. The AFC East is a train wreck. I mean,
yeah.
Let's call it for what it is. What kind of world do we live in?
Just call it Patriots and crap.
Yeah, pretty much.
That should be the division.
Like the AFL, who else in the AFC East? Well, the Patriots and everybody else. Like it doesn't even matter. Friggin' the Patriots. The Patriots lost today. The only winners in the AFC today were the damn Bills. Like, what's that? Well, they beat the Jets because they were playing the other team in the division, but still.
They destroyed them too, right?
Yeah, the Jets didn't show up. Well, the quarterback was out, and I think they had some other injuries, didn't they? Not that it would have mattered. Sam Darnold would have just been intercepted a bunch of times. So he's a rookie, though. There's pass for that. I mean, it's his first year. But that's just, it's such a horrible division.
Yeah, it's really bad. And Cleveland won.
Cleveland won, yeah. They're picking up their third win this year,
right? Yeah,
Nathan are number 3. So I mean, Jason predicted 4 wins all year.
All they had to do was change their coach.
That's it.
Well, they have a tie, so
yes,
that as well.
And that's for them. That's as good as a win,
right?
Yeah.
The bottom line, they didn't lose.
Well, especially when it came, it was as good as a win.
Yeah.
So
they didn't lose.
They didn't lose.
So
that is correct.
kind of keep it on sports. It's a little outdated, but we can mention that the Boston Red Sox won the World Series.
Yeah, we can skip right on over that.
No, I don't think you were. I don't think you were here for that one.
No, but this is what I'm going to say. Fuck Boston. Fuck the MLB.
Wow.
No, it's just ridiculous. When did they win the series last? Like 2013? 2012, 2013, something like that.
Something like that.
But what makes me hate it so much is the year before they finished like dead last. Then they come around and they're fucking World Series champions the next year. I don't know. I just hate the fucking Yankees and Red Sox so much.
They were the hottest team in baseball this year, but we pretty much predicted that they would take it.
Yeah, they did.
I couldn't root for the Dodgers because they basically blew Atlanta out of the playoffs. Well, Atlanta blew Atlanta out of the playoffs. I think they just thought that the season ended at the end of the regular season. I don't know if they realized they were in the playoffs or not. But so yeah,
for them it was an accomplishment.
Again, that's as good as a win.
And they can build on that. I mean, for the Braves, they're younger. They're a younger team.
They are,
so they can build on that and add some pieces. And
yeah, I mean,
who knows what will happen?
Anything's possible. They need to do something because I can only cling to that '95 World Series win for so long. And a lot of
that division's basically up for grabs this year, like it was really this past year, because Nationals aren't going to be that good because you know who's leaving.
Yeah, I was going to say, where do you think your buddy Bryce Harper is going to end up?
The rumors have the Phillies as a possibility.
Besides Chipotle.
What about New York or Boston?
The Yankees have came out and say they don't want him. They don't really have a place for him. There was something about, like, his agent said he could play first base, and that's really their only spot that they really have available. Red Sox, no, they don't have any. They don't have any space for him. The other rumors for him, surprisingly,
it's almost like buying up property for businesses.
Right,
you buy him up so no one else has him.
Right.
Well, the other team that was like rumored, and this was like a real dark horse.
The Pittsburgh Pirates.
But see, this team hasn't been good since Al Lopez left.
Oh wow, the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, we should tell the story about
about the guy at the Hagerstown Sun Stadium.
Yeah. We all were there. And
yes, we were sitting front row and behind home plate where the 5-4-6 always sits.
My favorite seats in the ballpark.
Yeah. So we got to chastise the batters, or maybe not so much us as the drunk guy who I assume was drunk behind us at
I
this
hope
game.
He was drunk, because if he acted like that on a normal basis, he doesn't have any friends.
Yeah.
He
was really old too. Really old, and it seemed like really drunk. And I don't know what.
That's never a good comment.
It wasn't even Thirsty Thursday. It was Feed Your Face Mondays, right, or whatever the fuck.
Now this was the doubleheader.
All you can
this
eat.
This was the doubleheader.
The perfect game.
This is the perfect game.
Yes.
So, I think this was like they continued the first game, and this guy, I don't know what happened to the Suns, and he's like, "You guys are worse than the Chicago White Sox. The Chicago White Sox haven't been good since Al Lopez."
And we've never forgotten it.
Yeah.
And that's probably been almost 15 years now.
That was over.
Shit.
I was going to say, that's over 10 years ago, man. I haven't been to a Suns game, and I couldn't tell you how long.
I haven't been to a game in years either.
The last time we went to the Sun Stadium was for the cook-off that we did on a previous episode.
There was not a Suns player in sight. You'd have thought they'd have come out and supported.
They don't live there during the off season.
No, but you'd have thought, whatever.
They'd have to pay them. I don't want to do that.
I don't know, but we did find out. Did you ever look up the winners on that?
Huffman's
got the popular vote, the fan vote, but
who won the?
I'm not sure who won the actual judging, but
it was the roofing company.
Okay, both were.
You said roofing, right? Not roofie.
I don't know what they do.
There's
in their
no
spare
roofie
time.
company.
I don't know what they do in their spare time. Oh, I'm sure there's a roofie.
I'm sure there's a roofie company somewhere.
You can find anything on the internet. I'm sure there. We encourage you to Google search roofie company and see what you come up with. But no, it was that, as we said in the podcast we did. That was a lot of fun. It was a great day for good chili, and that was a blast.
Well, since I think the last time that we've done a podcast together, or at least since I've been on, I got to meet Rocky Blyer, former Pittsburgh Steeler.
Yes.
There was rings, too.
I got to wear all four of his Super Bowl rings, which was really nice. The owner of my company asked me, it was the night after I got back from Pittsburgh to see a Metallica concert, and he was like, "You want to go meet Rocky Blyer?" I'm like, "Sure."
No. Yeah.
So I got paid to go meet Rocky Blyer and sit in on a breakfast luncheon for several hours and listen to him talk. He gave a really good speech, inspirational speaker now. He's got a very interesting history.
He's got a book out, doesn't he?
He's got a book out. I don't remember the title of said book, but it was written earlier, and then he went back and kind of like revamped it and everything, cool. And I think like added a chapter or two in it.
Nice.
But I really enjoyed listening to him talk. But it was very cool to meet him. And the fact of getting to wear 4 Super Bowl rings, like legit Super Bowl rings, not replicas, was really nice.
Were they like really?
They were
nice
pretty
looking?
heavy, yeah.
I've never seen a real Super Bowl ring, but I have seen the replicas. If they're anything like the replicas, they are heavy.
Yeah, think of it as like a really studded out high school class ring.
They're very wide, and they're big.
Right.
Like, they're huge.
Yeah, so that was really cool.
It's my kind of ring. I love big gaudy jewelry, so that's my kind of stuff.
And I also got to go to the Pittsburgh Penguins home opener and see them beat the Washington Capitals. So that's always fun when you can do that.
I mean, he's been there. He went to see Metallica twice.
He's following Metallica like the Grateful Dead.
I got to see him once in Pittsburgh, once at State College. Also met Don Coscarelli, writer and director, who did Phantasm, Papa Hotep. He released this book on indie horror, and got to meet him, get his autograph, which is really cool.
Very cool.
Then I got to go to SmackDown 1000, so that can lead us into our WWE segment, tonight's podcast.
Yeah, and the fact that I'm done with them for the whole year.
Have you canceled your WWE
before we go over why you're done with them for the year, let's go back to SmackDown 1000. I was really disappointed nobody else joined me for that. Like, I literally got seats for like $15 with like all fees and everything paid.
I was dealing with
it. It was a great time.
I would have loved to.
Here's the thing: we're old men. And I was talking to Dan actually.
Old man, I'm 34. I'm not that old.
I'm 36.
We're old.
I feel like I'm 63.
Nathan's 35.
But anyway, as old working men, all we want to do after we get home is not go out, do nothing.
It takes a lot to get me back out.
I just want to take my work clothes off. Put on more comfortable clothes and just do nothing.
Not off on the couch until it's time to go to bed.
I don't know. See, here's the thing. When I'm not doing anything, I get lazy. So when I do go home, I feel like that. But, like, I don't know if it's because I've literally been single for a year now, and I'm just enjoying doing a whole bunch of shit. But I just like to enjoy doing things. Like, I'm not going to be able to do this kind of stuff forever.
No,
I've traveled a lot, and like this weekend, like every time I go out to Central PA or something, I'm up till 5 o'clock in the morning. I sleep till 8. I'm back up, and I don't know. It's like I'm young again. I still have the energy to do it, and I don't know. I just enjoy that time.
Me personally, I would have went to SmackDown. I was dealing with an ear infection and would have only been able to hear about half of it and not being able to see it.
Well, I did watch it on television.
Yeah, I had it on. The probably the most interesting part to me, and I guess they're building it. I didn't realize they were building this up, and I don't know what Triple H just had to have pectoral surgery, but
so no Batista match for sure.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I would depend on how long it takes to heal from that. I mean,
my guess is he'll be out.
He's out for many months. I would think.
I mean this just goes to show you.
Did you see that picture, Nathan? Of his chest?
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
yeah, it didn't look good at all,
dude. That looks so terrible.
Well, I mean, they could, hold it off another year, but it was looking
Batista,
like they were
that's exactly what they need. They need the old people to just come in and take over the card. That's what I want.
I think Batista. Well, I didn't get to watch the most recent Crown Jewel.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
But I hear Triple H and Shawn Michaels. How did that match go? Because I heard that Michaels apparently made comment to Triple H, we're too old for this or something during the match.
Oh,
So I don't know if that
I didn't
happened.
even hear about that.
It was one of those little like snippets on Facebook and everything. But apparently HBK, he looks so weird with buzzed head for starters.
Yeah, I've heard, that was one thing I've heard. And I think he may have had something to do. I don't know if he missed a move or something.
I heard that as well.
That caused Triple H's incident or whatever. I don't know. But
and Kane lost his mask during the match as well.
Oh, jeez, I didn't even hear about that. First of all, I'm sorry, I love DX as much as the next person, but you are constantly kind of crapping on what's left of Taker's legacy.
At this point, with DX coming back as they are, it's like one of those really old bands that have their like seventh farewell.
The seventh farewell. Well, we can get on that because Ozzy's doing his next farewell tour. Kiss is doing theirs.
Elton John's doing a farewell, but see, a lot of them. I know, like some of them, like Elton John, he's not retiring. Period.
Right.
He's just not touring anymore.
Right.
He still is going to put albums. That's like George Strait. George Strait's still putting out albums. He's still doing music. He's just not doing the touring schedule.
Yeah, I don't get it with Taker, man. He does not look good in the ring at all. Now, granted, I did not watch Crown Jewel. I did watch the Lesnar match. But I did not.
I didn't watch the event. I was just getting back into town on Friday.
I don't like these events.
So
I don't like the time.
Friday.
But then again, that's how the rest of the world feels when they watch the regular pay-per-views.
Watch our stuff. So
I get that, but the thing is, I can't make that time on a Friday afternoon to sit down and watch these. Were you watching it?
No.
Or you just got the spoiler when you group texted us that you were done?
I was following it more than actually watching.
Like Twitter or something? Or?
Twitter and Facebook.
Well, I follow, and I'll put out a plug for them because I've got their newsletter for, oh my goodness, since 2004. It's Wrestling Online, Wrestling-Online. They're awesome. You can actually sign up. You get emails. They'll send out emails with stuff. Plus, you can also get notifications right through your phone. They have an app that's really cool. I saw your text, and I assumed you were watching it.
I assumed you were watching it too.
No,
I was like, this guy requested off work so he can watch Crown Jewel.
I remember texting
not the case.
No, I would not for that.
You would never request off anything for the WWE.
Your exact quote was something along the lines of being done with WWE. I remember writing back, "Why is it because of Crown Jewel?" And then I'm checking my email. I said
yes.
Well, I was sitting in the airport checking my email, and then I see it: Brock Lesnar regains Universal title, and I'm like, "That's why he's done." But,
you want to now go on your rant about why you're done with WWE for the rest of the year?
Before we'll re-mention here just real quick. I'm sure everybody knows why Lesnar had to regain the Universal title. Roman Reigns had to forfeit the title due to and this, I guess, not his first bout.
No, his second bout was
leukemia.
And apparently, I mean, what shocked me when I heard about it, remember you called and told me.
Yeah.
I had dozed off right before Raw came on, so I missed that segment.
That was heartbreaking.
Yeah, that really, truly is sad. And I'm surprised how well of a secret it was kept because it didn't break at all. No outlet covered it. Nobody knew. And from what I've read, it said very few people knew it was going to it was going to be a thing. It was a very well-kept secret.
Well,
it was something. For sure.
I don't know why you'd want to do that to everybody, though. I mean, if he knew, and obviously he told his employer, he told McMahon, and apparently Kevin Dunn knew, and Triple H, and that was it.
That's all the people that should know.
Well,
at that point,
I don't know. You're with
part of it.
You're with these people that you work with.
But you have to remember how much of that was business, and how much of it was somebody like him. Like, I've known people, like a customer at work, who had had cancer and passed away. No one in his family, other than his son, knew about it. When people go through this, they don't want the pity. So they're very selective on who they let in. And honestly, I know the WWE Universe has their issues with Roman Reigns. He probably didn't want the attention and wanted to win people over on his own and not use... beating leukemia as a way to
get over.
And
we never really found out. I wonder how long.
The thing is,
how long did he know?
The day that they do this, the night, he goes out there and he tells this story, okay, and then they get that reaction from the Shield. I don't know why you wouldn't tell, like, even if you didn't want to tell everybody, okay? Maybe you tell your closest people that you know
And
in
for
the
all
company,
we know, they
just
may have.
because.
For all we know,
they may have known. I mean, we only read what's put out to us, So we kind of have to kind of sort the truth from the. But yeah, apparently, if him and Ambrose and Rollins are that close, I mean, who knows? For all we know, they may not get along that well outside the. Outside of the business, but
I haven't heard anything to that.
I'm assuming that they get along.
Yeah, you would assume because of how much time they've spent together over the years and all that. But I mean, maybe he told them. It's very possible.
I don't know. I mean, just the reaction based on after.
Yeah,
that,
so I mean,
I don't think he did.
I'm right with you with what you said because I know, and I'll speak from personal experience. When Mom found out what she had, she didn't want anybody to know.
Right.
She tried to keep it as a strictly need-to-know basis, and for the most part, that's what she did.
People are it's very hard to be private in this day and age, especially for people in their situation. Being as well known, and the WWE universe is constantly on Twitter and everything, and all your business is out there.
Exactly.
So it's like being human for once. You don't have to worry about.
But the sad thing is, for me, I mean, if you do it on TV, and with it being a business that it is, first thing that came to my mind, unfortunately, was, wow, this is really a storyline that they're going to do. I didn't know if it was real or not. I mean, the thing
is, I think they did play it to that, but I think they did it tastefully. I don't think it obviously wasn't used to put Roman over.
No.
It may end up having that effect. And
I'm
sure it will have that effect when he does come back.
Yeah, it's going to change.
But honestly, in my opinion, Roman Reigns has deserved it. The WWE should have turned him heel and gotten him over like they did with The Rock. I mean, hands down, I believe that. But I like Roman Reigns.
Yeah, this is going to change the landscape of whatever his character does when he comes back, for sure. But, if it was going to be a storyline, I think it would have leaked. Somehow or another, I think it would have leaked.
We have a celebrity here at the coin toss.
Yeah, we're watching the Sunday Night Football
at the Eagles game.
Oh, who is it?
It's the man of the hour.
Man of the hour.
Yeah, former President Bush.
The president?
Yes.
I haven't seen him in a while, but I wouldn't know why. Why is he? I guess because of the Veterans Day. It's Veterans Day today.
So
okay.
And
for all those years he served.
What about the current one?
Right.
Nice. How's his father doing? Has anybody heard?
I don't know. I mean, he's been in and out the hospital.
He was in and out. I'll be honest. After Barbara Bush died, I didn't think he'd be around much longer.
Tell you what, he hasn't aged too bad.
For being the president for 8 years, I guess. I mean,
and for everything he dealt with the 8 years he was in there.
Right. Well, I mean, Clinton. Now he looks terrible.
He sounds terrible. What have you seen?
What's the age difference between Bush and Clinton?
Clinton's in his 70s, I think.
Bill is too, correct?
Well, no, Clinton.
Bill is
wait. You said Bill.
No.
Sorry, I wasn't thinking.
It's
I was thinking Bush. How old's Bush?
I think he's in his 60s, I think. Yeah, well.
But goddamn, Bill Clinton looks terrible.
He sounds terrible. During the campaign a little over a year ago and all that, when they interviewed, heard something about him on a news clip or something on the radio, and I heard him talking. I just thought, Jesus, Man.
Well, before we go off another tangent, let's steer it back to
back with wrestling.
WWE and why Nathan has embargoed them for the remainder.
Have you canceled your subscription, or are you still?
I've not done. The only reason I still have that is so that I have the opportunity to watch the old stuff.
I gotcha. Okay.
And I haven't really watched Raw or SmackDown that much lately, anyway. So it's not like I.
Well, if Raw were 2 hours, I'm going to say it once again. Beating a dead horse, I know.
No, I'm with you because I think it should be.
If Raw were 2 hours, I would watch it. There's so much fluff.
I keep it on. I watch every Monday night. But
I watch like the 20-minute recaps on YouTube and stuff.
I'm there every Monday night, but it's background noise for the most part. Like I pay attention to what's going on. I'm really hoping that eventually they'll give Elias more to do than occasional, like once every couple weeks he actually has a match and win. He actually picked up a win over Dolph Ziggler this week, so let's.
What about the way they've been using Finn Balor lately? Opening every night, and he's going up against what's his name?
What, Bobby Lashley?
Lashley all the time. Such a shame. Like, I know where we're going with this whole Lesnar being the Universal Champion thing again, but I'm going to defend the Lesnar getting the strap when we get into that. I think I'm going to be the only one of the three to do so.
Yes, you are.
But it really needs to go back to somebody like Kevin Owens or Finn Balor. Like, those are the guys who deserve to have the title.
And it's unfortunate because Balor got hurt. He won the title and then got hurt.
Exactly.
The only time he had it.
Yeah, and he had to lose it. Kevin Owens is awesome. Owens is going to be on the shelf for a little bit. He just recently had double knee surgery.
I mean, it's a shame. Like, had Reigns not gotten sick, I think it would have been great seeing him as champion.
To see where he went with it. Yeah.
He would have defended it every week, I'm sure. And he had been a fighting champion just like he had promised. And that's what they need. But they need to get there. But the way is through Brock Lesnar, not through Braun Strowman.
I'm going to surprise you here, and actually, of the two, I'm glad they put it on Brock over Strowman. I didn't want it.
I thought I was going to be the only one to think that.
The fan in me doesn't want it, but I agree with you. Strowman doesn't need the title.
Strowman is like the Undertaker. Like, granted, the Taker held the title a number of times. But it's totally not necessary for The Undertaker to be over and be entertaining than by having him lead the company by being the world champion.
I've heard some inside stuff too. A report came out this week. I heard that the reason they haven't put anything on Strowman is he's some incidents have occurred backstage. He tends to be late, some unprofessionalism and stuff like that. They've apparently been high on him a few times and like they've been ready to pull the trigger. And then something happens and they kind of step back.
I don't think he can carry the company. I don't find him very entertaining. At least with Brock Lesnar, people hate him and don't want him as champion. Braun Strowman, I'm totally indifferent about. Like, I could give a rat's ass of what Braun Strowman does. And now, granted, he is probably one of the top 3 big men of all time, in my opinion, of, like, pure athleticism. But
you look at the champions that are
Sid being number 1, obviously. No,
as long as Donald Trump's not in the picture, right? Yeah,
right.
Sid will do anything then.
Do you not agree that Braun Strowman is top 3, top 5 material in that aspect, Nathan? Because you kind of looked.
It's a little early.
It is a little early, but he the dude is a fucking beast.
I like Braun,
but
I like him.
I like him. I just don't think he needs a title.
He's not well rounded.
No,
he's not rounded. I mean, look at the.
He needs to do more than roar.
And the promos. I'm sorry, but it takes more than to say you're going to get these hands to carry the title. You need to be able to talk. You need to be able to. I mean, there's a whole package that goes along with it.
Please, let's have Paul Heyman go into the same promo every third Raw
Paul
that
Heyman's
we already have.
Yeah, but Paul Heyman can do it.
It's stale.
Maybe Heyman needs to go with Strowman.
At this point, it's stale. It's the same thing.
It is, but it's Paul Heyman. I'll defend Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's a genius.
I've liked Paul Heyman since first saw him in WCW.
I'm a Heyman guy. Always have been. Yeah, I'm a Heyman guy.
But the thing is, it's like Undertaker. Like back in the day, he couldn't cut a promo for shit, but he had Paul Bearer.
But he didn't. If you think about it, though, he didn't need to because it played into the gimmick that he had.
Right.
And I mean, it does with Strowman too. But it's Strowman just. I think if you gave Strowman a mouthpiece, I'd buy it more. Because then you could say that like that person was influential in bringing him a title.
Exactly.
Strowman had a mouthpiece. I'd probably want to buy him.
Let's just put Harvey Whippleman next to him. Let's do that.
Well, why not? I was personally hoping for Brother Love, but hey, whatever. Strowman's a monster. He needs a little bit of love in his life. Brother Love can do that.
But let's hear your why you're so pissed, Nathan.
The mic is yours.
I feel like it's important for the champion to be there and actually competing on the show that
I agree.
is there.
How often would you like to see a champion compete on the show?
Like
every week, every other.
More than definitely more
2 to 3 matches a month.
We should look up the last time Lesnar has had a match on Raw.
I would even.
It's
be
been
okay.
years.
Yeah.
I would even be okay if he didn't necessarily always compete, but he should be there. There should be an appearance.
We know exactly why he's holding the Universal Championship right now.
Yes.
It's because they think in their mind, and it's their mind only, that he gets on UFC with their belt. It's going to give him exposure in some way,
it's
and
going
it's
to attract
not.
more people back.
It's absolutely not because
He's not going to end up with. I figure he's going to lose it at the Royal Rumble.
When are they supposed to have the Cormier thing?
Between January and March, I think.
He's going to have it past Royal Rumble. That's why he has the championship. Period.
He's gonna, because what is it?
It makes sense. It's not a bad move.
Bring your title to UFC or something.
Exactly.
They're going to milk
right
this
now. They're talking it. They're getting the added exposure. It's good for business.
Well, here's the problem. You have all these people that are there, and we're going back to the thing that they're there, and everybody they always bring up this brass ring thing. Grab for that brass ring. You have all these people that are there that are actually trying, and you don't reward them. You give this guy who's not there, basically what? I don't know, 8 times a year, if that, and he's like, here's your title. He's the Hulk Hogan of the 90s now.
Well, at least the Intercontinental title means something now.
No, it doesn't.
I think it does. I enjoy the Intercontinental title.
I like Lesnar more during his first run back in the early
We want to think it means something because the main title is not there. But
I enjoy the Intercontinental matches. I mean, honestly, Seth Rollins should probably be the champion on Raw, in my opinion.
Seth Rollins is one of the best things they have right now.
And you're probably going to see Seth Rollins at WrestleMania if Reigns is not back by then. I don't know what they're thinking in the way of Reigns coming back. I don't know if it's going to be that quick of a turnaround. My guess is probably not.
I don't even know when he's supposed to start treatment.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything. Right. I mean, for all we know, he could be going through it now. It could have started. I haven't heard or read anything. But you mentioned the Intercontinental title, and I'll say it because I'm high on this guy. I'm waiting for him to put Elias in that picture. Every time he wrestles, they talk about how good he is, how much talent he has. So I'm waiting for them to put Elias in the Intercontinental picture.
I'm fine with that.
Because WWE stands for Walk with Elias.
I think the WWE will... I think they're going to do an Intercontinental ladder match at WrestleMania this year. I think they need to have a ladder match this year.
I've always been a fan of the ladder match.
Elias reminds me of WCW Randy Savage.
He's got that Macho Man look. I have
all he needs to do is Bonesaw is ready.
Oh yes, Bonesaw McGraw. I bet he made a shit ton of money for that too.
Yeah.
I bet you he did.
Randy Savage is a legend.
Oh, absolutely. Bottom line. I mean, one of the most colorful personalities ever.
Way more entertaining than Hulk Hogan has ever been.
Yeah, we got the Hulkster was welcomed back at Crown Jewel.
Oh boy, wasn't that a fucking treat?
He hosted the event, from what I understand.
Yeah, he hosted the beginning, and he didn't make another appearance, did he?
Didn't watch it
for the whole thing. No, I don't. I think that was it. Whatever.
I think he just came out at the beginning, and that's it.
They're still
because Saudi Arabia, who's obviously stuck in 1989, still only thinks of Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior, and Yokozuna as still the guy.
2 out of 3 are dead, so 1 out of 3 ain't
bad. Yokozuna was in the mid-90s.
Yes,
so there you go.
But there are still a lot of them on the inside that haven't exactly welcomed him back. There are some that feel he still has a way to go.
There's nothing he brings. I mean, he brings his name, and he brings stuff if they want to do like stuff for the network. That's
Yeah.
about it.
And I mean,
he's not going to wrestle. There's no way, because
the name will always carry weight. I mean, there's nothing we can do about that.
Yeah.
The name Hulk Hogan will always carry weight.
yes.
As long as there's anyone around who was alive or knew someone who was alive in the 80s and early 90s, Hulk
I just
Hogan will
don't know
always-
what you're going to use him for.
Right. But there are a lot of them on the inside that are still kind of saying he's got a ways to go. Me personally, just from what the comments and things like that you hear, it's almost like he's more sorry he got caught than anything else. One of his comments was, "I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was going to be filmed."
Well, for as little time as he's going to spend around the company, does he really have to? I mean, they're paying him, they're bringing him in, so he can play this.
I mean, I personally knew at some point he'd be back. I'm just hoping that we've mended the fences enough that we can get Rock and Wrestling put back on WWE Network. Or a DVD release. That's what I'm waiting for.
I didn't even want to comment on this because I just hate Hulk Hogan so much. Like, I believe I texted you guys because I did watch Hogan come out because I wanted to try and watch Crown Jewel from the beginning. And I think my exact words were, I'd rather watch Ric Flair take a shit for 3 hours than to watch Hulk Hogan. And that's God's honest truth. When Flair fucking spoke at SmackDown 1000, that was something to behold. Like, people want to fucking stand and give a standing ovation for Ric Flair speaking. Hulk Hogan made me want to fucking slit my throat.
Oh.
I read Flair's...
He sucks. NWO Hulk Hogan, at the prime of the NWO, was entertaining. That is the only time I've been a Hulk Hogan fan. But I was a WCW kid, so I didn't say my prayers, eat my vitamins, and, whatever. But I just fucking hate Hulkamania, Hulk Hogan. Does nothing for me.
There is still, back before, we all learned what wrestling is. And
what did he mean by vitamins?
Well, he had his own vitamins.
Guarantee you.
But
I think he was talking about Flintstone vitamins myself.
Yes.
There is still something to watching an event or whatever. When Real American comes over the speakers, there is something there. The kid in me does get excited. But I'm like I said, Hogan... I'm like you, Nathan. He really doesn't bring anything anymore. The name will always carry weight. They want to have him show up on Raw occasionally or something like that. Okay. But
The Rock, he's entertaining.
The Rock is very entertaining.
Hulk Hogan, not entertaining. It's kind of like the good idea, bad idea of the Animaniacs. Good idea, bringing The Rock out at WrestleMania. Bad idea, bringing Hulk Hogan out at WrestleMania.
Well, as long as Hulk Hogan comes out at WrestleMania and remembers what city he's in.
The building.
Yeah, remembers where he's at exactly.
What was it? WrestleMania 32 when they had the DX NWO.
Oh, that Sting match.
Stupid.
That was Sting versus Triple H.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
terrible.
Like, that was so not entertaining.
Don't blame Hogan for that, though.
No.
But Triple H for that. Or Vince McMahon, I should say.
I still want to know why. Like, what would have been fun is if Waltman would have turned on DX and then helped Sting win. But here's the other thing that doesn't make sense all in all when you think about it. Why the fuck is the NWO helping Sting out? Sting was anti-NWO.
But it was because in Vince McMahon's mind, it's still WCW.
The Monday Night Wars.
Well, yeah, it's still WCW versus WWE. And from what I've heard, like, it's still a thing with him. Like, I mean, he won. He clearly won. Who's around and who isn't. But it's still a thing with him.
There was so much that WCW had going for itself back then during the Monday Night Wars where there was a lot of shit I liked more about WCW. The overall wrestling with the cruiserweights will always be like a huge positive. And they did some stupid shit, especially towards the end. But they brought Sid back, put the strap on him. Of course, that's huge. Goldberg was great. When they had Chris Jericho and were actually using him.
I'd like to define huge.
Fantastic. What was huge?
One-sided huge.
We brought Sid back and put the strap on him. That was huge. Okay.
It was huge for me.
For him.
Okay, for you.
For
okay,
him.
now I know we're all on the same page now. Okay. That's it.
You got, Jeff Jarrett, I would have never thought would be like a world title class, but he pulled it off in WCW. I don't know. WCW, I miss it.
They liked him better. That's why. Rumors were that him and Jeff Jarrett and JR didn't necessarily see eye to eye. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I always heard.
Well, the thing is, everything went downhill after WCW went under. I mean,
Well,
that will forever be a sore spot.
I told you all, if you remember, we were in journalism class, and Nathan read us. We were on the computer putting the article together, and we looked up the news, and Nathan read it. Vince McMahon buys WCW. If you remember, I looked at you all and said, wrestling is never going to be the same.
Was that in WrestleWire?
I don't remember where it came from, but we were perusing the internet looking for articles, probably trying to put together another damn top 10 list.
Hey,
yeah,
speaking of which,
what the
didn't
public
we bring
wants.
up like months ago about you digging out the old newspapers and let's reading over the wrestling column?
That was like the first episode ever.
Yeah. What the fuck, Nathan?
We are past the year
We're
anniversary.
a year in how long now? And it hasn't happened.
But anyway, regardless, you read that Vince McMahon buys WCW, and I said, wrestling's never going to be the same. And one of you looked at me and said, why? And I said, he just bought his competition. He has nothing to prove now. And if you notice, everything went downhill from there. Slow but sure. The Ruthless Aggression era wasn't terrible. That brought us John Cena. There was a lot of moments. I can remember when SmackDown was actually very entertaining to watch. SmackDown was really cool at one time. There were some cool things that have went on over the years.
Do you
SmackDown? I feel like SmackDown's decent now that it's live again.
It is.
SmackDown is the better show.
Yes.
With the best world champion.
It's only better. Because like you said earlier, I think it's only better. Raw needs to be 2 hours. 3 hours of Raw is way too much.
And plus SmackDown has AJ Styles.
Well, that just makes SmackDown phenomenal.
Yes. AJ Styles is a great champion. I'm glad they've kept the strap on him this long. And,
Yeah, what did we get? I think we just passed the year mark.
Yes.
For Styles.
Yes.
Yeah, that's...
he's very big in the community.
You remember who he beat for the title? Do we remember?
No, I don't. Do I want to?
A very memorable champion in...
Did he take it from Dean Ambrose?
No.
Was it Jinder?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
Boy, that pushed cool over. Whatever happened to the other Singh brother, by the way? Speaking of Jinder, let's bring that up.
I don't even know.
He only comes out with the one now. Did the other one get hurt? I think he got hurt.
He tore his ACL or something.
Oh, yeah, okay. He's going to be out for a while then. Okay.
But that was a while ago.
Yeah. But ever since he came to Raw, boy, that pushed cool real quick. But oddly enough, they only did it because they were trying to get into the India market and all that overseas. So, let's make Jinder Mahal champion.
All we need is a Saudi Arabian wrestler and we're good to go, right?
We could slap the Sultan gimmick back on Rikishi. He's not doing anything right now. And, I understand he'll do it.
Take it easy now. He's retired.
I understand he'll do it as long as Scotty Too Hottie doesn't show up. Apparently there's some beef there. I don't know if you heard
Too
this.
Cool, he wouldn't have had a career.
I don't know if you heard this, but when they inducted him in the Hall of Fame, he specifically wanted Scotty Too Hottie nowhere near that event. I don't know what happened.
Well, without him and Brian Christopher, he would have been nothing.
Pretty much, yeah.
He owes everything to them.
Look how many
they
gimmicks
carried him.
Look how many gimmicks they tried on him that didn't work.
Right. Brian Christopher and Scott Taylor made him what he.
He was in the Head Shrinkers. That worked for a while, but then they brought him back as wasn't he just Fatu?
Regular old Fatu.
He was supposed to be from the streets or something like that.
But he was an inspirational guy.
He was helping the kids and stuff. Which, that's a cool gimmick. That's a cool idea. But then that tanked, so then we got the Sultan.
God damn.
That was awful.
Remember his figure?
Yes, the figure was as bad as he was. And with Bob Backlund.
Did he have the legs like the Savio Vega figure?
He did.
I want to say he did, yeah.
The figure was terrible. The Jack Pacific line, greatest figures ever by the way.
Oh, they are. I still have my box of figures.
Greatest ever.
Every once in a while the head falls off, kind of like Petey.
But,
but don't worry.
As long as you don't try to sell them to a blind kid, you're fine.
And don't worry, I took care of it.
But the Sultan was awful. Then didn't they try to bring him back again as something else in between I can't remember. But then he came back as I think it was Rikishi Fatu. And that's when he came back and somehow I don't even remember how it happened. Got linked up with Too Cool.
Yeah. The Attitude Era had some odd interesting things.
And then
like remember how over the oddities were? And they fucking sucked.
And then he did his most memorable gimmick ever where he hit Stone Cold with a car. And why, you ask? He did it for The Rock. And he did it for the people.
Did he do it for The Rock or did he do it for Triple H?
No, he did it for The Rock. He did it for The Rock.
Rock.
He did it for The Rock. That was classic Black Scorpion angle for WWE. And,
what about the whole McMahon being the higher power?
you know, they probably had that going from beginning. I think they knew what they were doing from jump. The whole Black Scorpion thing.
That's a shame, because remember how fucking insane that time was?
That could have been.
Everybody was... there's so much speculation around that.
They could have done a lot with that.
Oh.
But for those who aren't familiar...
That was like wrestling's peak.
For those who weren't familiar with the Black Scorpion, that was a great angle WCW decided to run with Sting. And the problem was, there was no end game. They started it, they got it going, they had no idea who it was going to be. They had no clue who it was going to be. The rumor was, and I think they tried to get they were hoping to get the Ultimate Warrior to come back, to come over.
Well,
but that
they were great friends.
And because that was the thing, you know, the whole lead up was that this Black Scorpion was someone from Sting's past, and he, you know, I don't know if he was going to expose Sting or what he was going to do, but he was all into like black magic and bullshit. And they would do this. I remember I had a tape of Clash of Champions 12, Mountain Madness. Wasn't that one of the off-brands of Mountain Dew, I believe? Mountain Madness in some level of the tower. But they were going to have a match, and it was if Sting could beat him, he would show the world who he was. Well, of course, Sting wins, and he rips the mask off, and he's got another mask on, and then another Scorpion comes down the aisle. They had no clue. It turned out to be Ric Flair. Nobody questioned why, but holy shit, it's Ric Flair. It had nothing to do with Sting's past whatsoever. It was a horrible run gimmick, and Ole Anderson, I think, it was Ole Anderson, I believe, did the voice. The voiceovers.
And I think about this from time to time, so I'm just going to go off on this tangent.
RoboCop in WCW?
No, it doesn't bother me as much as this.
Chucky in WCW in 1997?
That didn't bother me.
That bothered me, no.
No, it's how Sid is not in the Hall of Fame, but The Godfather is. Hillbilly Jim is in the Hall of Fame, and Sid is not. Sid is a 4-time world champion. He was a member of the Four Horsemen. He fucking headlined 2 WrestleManias, and he's not in the Hall of Fame.
But I'm betting somewhere in his mind he is.
He should be.
Nobody? Yeah. I can give you, I mean, if you're going to put The Godfather in there. I mean, The Godfather was instrumental in the Attitude Era. I mean, he was a big part of that. I mean, I can roll with that if he is. Why not Sid? Vader better go in this year. That's all I'm saying. Sadly, he won't be there to accept it.
That's one of those few cases where the WWF didn't know what they had in their talent.
They shit on it.
And Vader was incredible.
Vader, WCW, one of the best big men
in Japan.
You want to go about big men? Vader was one of the best big men in the business. Any 450-pound man that can do a moonsault has got my respect. But Sid, I loved Sid Justice as a kid. I remember thinking Sid Justice was like the greatest thing ever. Okay, Sid in the Hall of Fame. All right, why not?
And he cut like the best promos ever.
What? He cut batshit crazy promos. He didn't know what he was doing.
He was Psycho Sid. It fit his character.
He's doing this so you can get a reaction from you.
It's gotta be. No, he's not. He truly believes this. I do encourage everyone to go on the network and watch the Sid the collection of like blunders or something like that when he's right in the middle of a promo and asks to cut and restart, and Jim Ross is like, "No, we're live, pal." Like that's one of the best things ever.
But seriously, it fit his character as well.
It's also a great excuse.
Yeah, great excuse. That's
Oh, what's the one he did against Kevin Nash and Scott Hall in WCW? And I got half the brain that you do.
You are half the man that I am.
Yes.
And I have half the brain that you do.
Well, the one that's just as good as that is the one of Scott Steiner. I think it's in TNA or something like that. It's like some kind of math thing. He's trying to. Holy crap! Yeah. That'll make your head hurt. Like that's Scott hilarious.
Steiner,
too.
What an interesting man.
But see, there
I
again,
used to love the Steiner brothers.
Oh, absolutely. And see, they should.
Even when they went over to the WWF, because, like I said, I didn't watch WWF back then, but I went through all the Coliseum home videos.
Oh yeah, they were. And see, they should be in the Hall of Fame. They should be. I doubt they'll show up. You don't really hear much about Rick Steiner anymore.
He's laying low. I think he's in real estate now.
Yeah, wow, the Dolphins.
Rick Steiner?
Yeah, Rick Steiner. Yeah.
Scott Steiner was Justin Hagerstown not too long ago.
Yes, he was.
I wish I could have made that.
I wonder how his Shoney's is doing in Georgia.
Oh, that's awesome. I would have went to that when I was on the cruise. Rusty invited me to that, actually. He was going to go. No, he didn't end up going. But
who was there?
For those of you who don't know who Rusty is.
He's
a
good friend
somebody
of ours.
We know.
Yep, good friend of ours. Go way back.
Scott Steiner. Was Dwayne Gill there?
Yeah, why not? Let's just say he was.
He may as well.
What's his name was there? Is that other guy?
You mean Ellsworth?
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think it was his promotion, wasn't it? I think that, was that his promotion?
I don't even know.
But yeah, I would have loved to.
No, the Steiner brothers should be in there. I don't know if they'll show up. If that'll be, yes, I mean that. Unfortunately, politics plays a big part in the WWE's Hall of Fame. That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, then that's. And if they want Sid's going to ask for another run because for the last 10 years, Sid said he wants one more run.
No, I'm pretty sure he's done now.
He's finished.
Well, you would hope, but
no, he wrestled. I just want an independent thing on all those YouTube shows I watch.
Yeah, he'll still. I mean, as long as Trump lifts the travel ban and everything, he'll still show up. I mean, yeah, he's a great guy.
He can't do that anymore.
He is batshit crazy, and admit it. It's not a gimmick. It's not a character. The man's
Psycho
nuts.
Sid.
Yeah, psycho. Okay.
You think every man who stabs Arn Anderson with a pair of scissors is psycho? Then there's something wrong.
Yeah. All right. As long as they don't have WrestleMania in Baltimore, I guess he could show up that year. I mean, he ain't coming.
They're never going to have WrestleMania in Baltimore.
Hell no, they're not going to have WrestleMania in Baltimore. I was trying to.
Why they had Starrcade in Baltimore? How many times?
That's true.
That was a Great American Bash.
That was a Great American Bash in Baltimore.
Yeah, Starrcade was in DC.
Starrcade was in DC.
That's right. Well, that was WrestleMania Light back then. That was Diet WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but old Sid couldn't go. He couldn't go to Great American Bash.
But I think we're done with. I'm done with wrestling talking for right now.
I'm starting to get a headache.
This is a little ridiculous, but I actually did see. I did see something to turn completely off the wrestling topic. And you and Jason were talking about this earlier.
Yes.
I saw a promo for the Creed 2 movie.
Yes. Creed 2, which is basically Rocky 4 revisited. Rocky 4 The Next Generation. No, I don't know a whole lot about it, but apparently he will be fighting Victor Drago, son of Ivan Drago. Yeah. And I'm wondering, are we going to get a cameo from Dolph Lundgren?
He's in the he's in the promo.
All right. Yeah, I'm wondering who's playing Victor Drago. Does anybody know?
Don't know.
Yeah, but because of course, Apollo Creed's dead and gone thanks to Ivan Drago with his the greatest line in cinematic history. If he dies, he dies. But I love the Rocky movies. I'm ready for it. All right?
I've not seen a single Rocky movie.
Oh, I'm devastated.
I didn't see the first Creed.
It was good. I did. I went and saw it. I enjoyed it. I also enjoyed Rocky Balboa, which was Rocky 6, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. No, I'm glad to see the franchise is still going. I'm glad Stallone is kind of a supporting character as opposed to being out in the forefront. I'm looking forward to this. I'll be. I think it comes out what?
It's on Thanksgiving Day.
It comes out Thanksgiving Day. I'm looking forward to it.
Fantastic Beasts though comes out soon.
Also, yes, it does. That comes out this coming Friday, November 16th.
Looking forward to that.
Definitely the Crimes of Grindelwald. Definitely looking forward to the next chapter in the long-running Harry Potter series.
Oh, well, now I know why.
Your favorite.
Now I know why I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
What are you talking about? It's a movie.
Yes, it is.
I don't.
It's the second in 5
Fantastic
Beasts movies.
What is that?
It's a shared universe with Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling is writing all of the scripts for the movies. So there's no books to go with
No
these.
books.
And it's basically...
You read Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, didn't you?
What?
Didn't you read Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them? Along with Quidditch Through the Ages?
I did not.
I have no idea. No.
So I guess
No.
You sure?
No.
I think you did.
I didn't read
But
that.
and basically, a lot of these are basically prequels to it's an earlier
it is.
time. You know, this is pre-Voldemort with Grindelwald. Grindelwald's first name just totally escaped me.
Voldemort.
No, that was not Grindelwald's first name. Thank you.
But you pronounce it Voldemort.
Okay, yeah, I'm not British, so there you go.
Jim Dale calls it Voldemort.
We never did that YouTube series where you show me all
Nathan watches Harry Potter.
Yeah.
We need to do that.
You should totally do that, yes.
I believe in actually with Voldemort or Voldemort, whatever. It was weird. I think there was something about like in the first so many it was pronounced one way and then later it was pronounced with the T. Yeah, it's interesting with that. But this is basically a prequel series. Events long before Harry was ever born and before He Who Shall Not Be Named. Is that better? Can we can we accept that?
Take that.
Yeah, before he ever rose to power. So, Fantastic Beasts was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, so definitely looking forward to this one.
I think I have higher hopes for this one, honestly. But
so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yes, we all will see what happens.
Except for Nathan.
Yeah.
We will not see what happened until he does his YouTube show with watching all of the other movies.
There's what 7? You have 7.
8 Harry Potter
8?
movies.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
And then there's 9, including the first Fantastic
Well,
Beasts.
I'm letting you know this movie comes out next Friday.
And
Friday,
and they're all like 3-hour movies, right?
About 2.5.
2.5. You've got time.
That's too long.
Didn't you say you had 2 days off this week? I think you have something.
Hey, I'm not wasting my.
You said.
Listen.
You said earlier, and I quote.
I'm not wasting my time watching Harry Potter crap.
You said, and I quote, I took a day off, so I have another day of sitting around doing nothing.
And I'm not watching Harry Potter.
Wouldn't you like to say that you sat around and did something? I think so, Zach.
Are you guys thinking what I'm thinking?
Let's get more.
You know what I'd rather do than watch them dumb movies. Let me tell you something.
Now, sir, how can you call them dumb if you've never seen them?
I'd rather sit.
This is like
I'd
Chris
rather
and Peter
sit.
at the first Star Wars.
I'd rather sit like at my washer and watch it spin the whole day.
Well,
so you find the Harry Potter movies as entertaining as I find Hulk Hogan? Is what you're saying?
I don't get them. I don't.
How do you know you've never watched them?
I don't know.
Honestly,
I just think it's lame.
Man,
I just
don't know.
I just think it's I just think it's lame.
Well, sir.
But you don't know anything about them.
That's right.
Really. Like, they're fantastic reads.
And Fantastic Beasts.
They're like this big.
No, they're not. 300 pages for Sorcerer's Stone. Or Philosopher's Stone. Chamber of Secrets is about the same. Then they get a little bigger. And then blow up in book 4. Book 5's got like 1,100 pages. No, it's like 800 pages.
So, a lot of reading.
Goblet of Fire is like a Bible. That friggin' thing is like that thing goes on. But yeah,
Well, it's not the longest book in the series, though.
yeah. I mean, what else?
But
are you
Harry
doing?
Potter and the Half-Blood Prince is so fucking good.
Epic. Yeah, that you just don't know what you're
My
missing.
favorite Harry Potter book. And
So-
between that and Earthworm Gods,
It's like
my favorite books.
It's
in
like, what would you rather watch?
history of
Them
the
Harry
world.
Potter movies or the Star Wars movies? I mean,
Harry
what the heck?
Potter, Star Wars.
Ooh, yeah, that's yeah.
All right, look at this.
I like how you refer to them as them Harry Potter movies.
No, I love Harry Potter, but the first 2 movies are fantastic. The last 2 movies are fantastic. The rest,
but still enjoyable.
The 6th movie fucking sucks.
Still enjoyable.
My favorite book, least favorite movie.
But before we start a holy war and start hurting each other, we're just gonna have to agree to disagree and basically just say that you're wrong. But I mean that's fine.
It is very bad. Still, Jobu's wrong.
That's right. But
and has nothing to do with the Harry Potter.
Well, maybe you should read the Harry Potter series, find out if Jobu makes an appearance.
That's right,
sir.
You already know he doesn't.
For all you know, yeah, but do you?
For all you know,
that's right.
Jobu could,
but he's not.
Yeah, when they leave Hogwarts and go to Cleveland,
yeah, that's right. Just to find out if they still have a team.
Major League 4 back at the Quidditch pitch.
If he would have been in it, you would have told me by now, and he's not.
Back to the Quidditch. Well, let's turn the discussion. Like we said, unfortunately, we apologize. We don't have a food box, but Nathan's been keeping busy with that on the YouTube
Their
channel.
video form.
Yes, in video format. So, what's your favorite thing you've done so far?
Since I did
kind of started taking the helm on this.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I thoroughly enjoy these. They are much better than your other solo videos that we will not discuss. But if anybody wants to go on, RedTube or Pornhub or anything,
that's a complete lie.
I mean, I understand you were quite the star of the
right here, David.
I mean,
right
personally,
there's a trailer for you.
Personally, I'm glad to see you shaved off the mustache. But your early videos.
That's that Beast movie.
Yes, that Beast.
What's better than them Harry Potter movies?
I don't know. I don't know. It looks kind of lame to me, to be honest.
Well, anyway, your favorite thing from your food box.
Roger Ebert, I'm not. So,
is he dead?
Yeah,
fucking Wendy's just advertised those dollar fries. I want some fucking French fries right now.
But if we're now, I gotta think about all that I did on the video food box, because I've done the Hardee's
Fruit Loop
donuts, and they were okay.
The Burger King Green Burger.
The Nightmare King was actually pretty good, but I will say this. I did add lettuce, tomato, and pickle to it, because otherwise I don't know.
Did the bun turn your crap?
No, it did not.
Green?
It did not.
Okay.
It did not do that.
I didn't get the food box this, but speaking of Burger King, I did try that Philly, that American.
The sour.
Philly.
Did you do the sourdough or the
sourdough,
regular? You did that.
I love sourdough bread.
Right.
That was delicious.
Yeah, I would say sourdough would be the way to go.
Yeah, I love sourdough bread, so that was delicious.
So I did the Nightmare King. I did 3 Leinenkugel's beers, the shandies.
I was going to say you did 3 lines of something else.
I don't think you can do that on YouTube.
That's not a food box.
It's a narcotics box.
But
I tried something new this week. I didn't do a video review because I had it up at the Lancaster Mall on Saturday. They have a Nestle Toll House, and then they have Haagen-Dazs. And they had raspberry sorbet. Mm-hmm. And good God, that was so fucking delicious. I like sorbet more than sherbet.
That's saying something. This guy loves his sherbet.
Yeah.
But,
all right, Carrie, just in time.
Gee, look who's about to join us as the show's winding down. You're fired.
Well, you don't pay me enough for this gig.
You need to fire her like Vince, Dan. I didn't believe that termination.
It's not worth it. She's just bringing nothing to the table.
How are you going to fire somebody that you don't even fucking pay?
That's right. And now you know why you're not getting paid. You're not here half the time.
I did that Reese, the Krispy Kreme Reese's Outrageous Donut.
How was that?
That was really good.
That
sounds amazing.
The thing, you've never had their lemon glazed donut.
Who? Krispy Kreme?
Yeah.
And not from a Krispy Kreme. I've had their lemon donuts packaged.
But are they filled lemons, or are they?
No, it's glazed.
It is a lemon glazed.
And it was fucking great.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite donuts ever.
Think about that when they put that Krispy Kreme hot donut sign on. There's very few things better in this world than the hot Krispy Kreme donut, glazed. It's
I
just.
want Krispy Kreme so bad. When's Hagerstown getting their Krispy Kreme?
Well, they've dug the hole. That's about it.
Oh shit! It means Goldar is coming.
That's right. That's right. They're looking for the Zeo Crystal.
Looking for the Zeo Crystal. God damn it!
What?
The Power Ranger movie.
That was one of the. That was one of the Power Rangers.
One of those things the
movie I saw eight times in theater, and the movie that I posted about 3 days.
That'll be the next
day leading up to it.
That'll be the next series. Nathan watches Power Rangers. That's after we get him through them Harry Potter.
Now Nathan, in the new Power Rangers movie, Rita is trying to locate the Zeo Crystal. The Zeo Crystal, you find out in the movie, is located underneath the Krispy Kreme in Angel Grove.
Which was horrible, which is just blatant advertising for Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, we hear about Krispy Kreme a lot.
Yes.
I hope they made a lot of money from the advertisements that they
Well, I know they made a lot of money off me, because I never really ate Krispy Kreme until the Power Ranger movie.
They had some kind of Power Rangers donuts, didn't they?
Yes, but we didn't have a Krispy Kreme around here, so I didn't get them.
There's one,
But I bought boxes just because they had Power Rangers on them, and I ate a fuck ton.
There's the one in Frederick that I know of, and that's the one where I go if I want to stop and get Krispy Kreme
I want to try
donuts.
one of these lemon donuts.
They're out. That was a limited time offering.
Stupid.
They had chocolate glazed donuts just here recently. I didn't have. They had coffee, which you wouldn't like.
Ew, fuck that.
The chocolate ones with just the clear glazing on them?
It was a yes. It
That
was.
used to be a regular there because that was one of my favorite donuts when they were in Pittsburgh.
It was a limited for
that?
this past week, I think.
Kind of
But
sucks because it used to be a regular donut.
You know what else is good? Fucking lemon Starburst, lemon Skittles, like the ones nobody likes. Lemon is the best. Oh, and speaking of Skittles
and lemon pudding.
Lemon pudding is amazing.
Lemon yogurt.
Little rant about Skittles. I thought about this the other day. Like Skittles used to be like one of the best, but a few years back they replaced the lime flavor with green apple.
The green apple, yeah.
Fucking terrible decision, Mars. Go fuck yourself.
# bring back the lime Skittle.
Yeah,
They have them in certain bags, right? They have the lime.
I don't know.
I thought I saw that, but I always get stuck with green apple. The green apple sucks compared to lime.
So I think we've officially derailed here.
Is it the Harry Potter of Skittles? Is that how bad it is?
Oh, remember those every flavor?
No,
beans?
I love Harry Potter.
Remember those Birdie Potts beans we tried? Oh,
It's the Dolores Umbridge of Skittles.
yes.
Is the green apple.
But
I don't know what
Dolores Umbridge
Yeah, see, if you'd watch them movies,
is the biggest bitch in the series.
I thought it was like I thought it was like Mrs. Doubtfire's sister or something.
The worst character in the series.
Just
Dolores
stop.
Umbridge
Just stop.
is the worst character in the series.
I'm gonna just bring the curtain down on this now. I
It's
think
not.
What did you
It's
say?
it's not Mrs. Doubtfire's sister, Dolores Umbridge.
No, it's not.
That was pass interference. Wasn't called.
But I think we're.
Wait, I didn't say what my favorite one was.
Oh, well.
That was for the question that
Well,
you
I'm
asked
sorry.
me.
Well, you want to?
Because I'm trying to go through all.
You want to land it? You want to bring it in?
Yes, land it with green apple Skittles. Suck. Bring back the lime.
No, oh man, I'm trying to think because there's been so many good things, and then there's some things that have kind of fall. Well, my least favorite was the Papa John's oven baked sandwich I just had with the Philly steak melt.
That oven baked.
You know why?
Because it's Papa
Because
John's,
it's from
right?
Papa John's.
No, but their double cheeseburger pizza
It's
was
a
pretty
racist
good.
sandwich.
Yeah, you can taste. I understand it's tasty.
The bread like cut your mouth. I think it's like Captain Crunch bread. It's like Captain Crunch bread.
Ooh, that just sounds
It's been a
terrible.
long time since I've had Captain Crunch.
I love
Cereal.
Captain Crunch, but it does kind of get a little rough on the roof of the mouth.
But the bread took away from, and there wasn't really a lot of meat in it either. But yes, go on our YouTube channel. For the 546 project, you'll find all the video food boxes that I've done, and Kevin did one, he did some kind of sweet potato sun chips and some kind of donuts and
it
did
was
something
the
else.
apple fritters from Sheets. Yeah. They were really good.
Yeah, if you have any more food boxes you want to do, go ahead and upload those.
Yeah. I really like going that route of the video food box.
I bought. I actually. We'll have another video food box because I had the Bantam bagels we tried, Dan.
Yes.
They have Bantam pancakes.
Ooh.
And I have the blueberry pancakes, and they have lemon cream inside them.
Ooh.
So
a blueberry one with lemon cream inside.
Yes.
It's like two of my favorite things.
So and I have them in my freezer. So next, one of a future video food box will be the Bantam pancakes. I almost brought them today, but we went out to BJ's and I didn't.
I understand. That's right.
I'll also bring that watermelon shandy for you to try.
Yeah, I'll give that a go as well. Sounds good.
That watermelon was my least favorite.
Oh, great. Thanks. So bring me the trash.
That's why I was bringing it to you.
Yeah, bringing me the trash.
No, I'll give you the orange too.
Whatever.
But
speaking of orange, do you all remember Slice?
Yes, I love the Slice. Yes.
Well, I just food boxed a Walmart cupcake. It was pretty fucking delicious.
You got Walmart cupcakes out there?
We told you we did.
Oh, snap. I totally forgot. Are they chocolate?
Chocolate with white buttercream icing.
Alright. Yeah, I'm going to have one of those probably.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do the same. I think we're cupcake breaking.
So
going to shut this down?
I'll go through our social media.
Go through the social media
and I'll do my giveaway plug because I know exactly what I want to do for the giveaway.
Oh, awesome. Well, wait, Kevin, you got to be in here for this. Come on, you can wait. I want one too.
Well, I'll go through because you already talked about the YouTube channel.
All right.
Our video food boxes are on there. Facebook page is the 546 Project. And that you just search for that, and we have our links to our podcasts and some other things, just random things there. Twitter handle is the _546_project. While Kevin's on the phone talking, but anyway, our podcast website is the 546.libsyn.com. You can find all of our podcasts on there, as well as iTunes and Google Play Music. And here comes the giveaway, which who knows when this will be given away, because as I've said in all of our episodes, we do have an email. It's the 546project@gmail.com. The email has not been flooded at all, even though Dan talks about how just go ahead and drop us a line for any suggestions and all that.
If you love us, you hate it. I'll say, you love us, you hate us, you have suggestions. If you know something that we should go try as a group, or just get our hands on to do food box, we'll even give you a plug and everything else. But yeah, the 546project@gmail.com.
But here we go. The fourth email I get. Now this could be. Who knows when this could happen?
It's gonna be a year from now.
But the fourth email that we get, I'm going to give away a copy of the classic movie American Pie.
Now I understand.
Cupcake is amazing.
Now I understand this is a brand new used copy, is it not, Nathan?
Brand new used, yes.
This is a brand new used copy.
No scratches.
No scratches. It's guaranteed to work, it was free. What are you going to do? But it's guaranteed to work, or you can return it, and you'll have to pay the shipping. Or not.
You could just take it to a pawn shop and get like a quarter for it.
You could use it as a frisbee. But the fourth person to email us at our email address. Yes, fourth. Yes.
I didn't want to set the bar too low, and I didn't want to set the bar too high. I figured fourth would give us a little time, and then we can update from there. But yes.
That's right.
The fourth person that emails the 546project@gmail.com will get my used copy of American Pie.
And what more incentive can you get than that? But so
I may have more used DVDs that I'll give away here.
So we hope you take part in our contest / Nathan's trying to clean out his shit.
I can't sell it on eBay, people. I can't.
That's it.
Nobody wants it.
So for Kevin and Carrie, Nathan, thank you all for joining us as always, and we're gonna close the book on this one. Thank God.
All right. Until next time. See ya.
Later, everybody.